Alrighty. Hello everyone, welcome back to another playthrough of Last Door. We're in season 2 now, where we are playing as Mr. Devitt psychiatrist, and we are meeting or in the house of the mentor for a fellow doctor friend, Mr. Kaufman. All right, we're gonna see if he remembers anything. If we give him the soldier. Do you recognize this, Professor Wright?
Sergeant Downing was sent to the front. The man that returned was not Sergeant Downing. My dearest visitor, we will know where to look. He will know where to look. Over time, we will have your visitor.
What do you mean, Professor?
He will have seen the map and he will know the book of travels.
Book of travels?
Yes, he will work it out. But it must not be too easy, no. But he will find the prize, I'm sure.
Prize? What on earth is he talking about, Kaufman?
Something concealed, something precious. In his adult state, he could have hidden away parts of his research.
Could he have hidden parts of his research?
He was always a proud man. He would not easily have forgotten his most groundbreaking work. A sense of its grave importance at least would have remained. In his confusion, perhaps he has hid it away somewhere for this dearest visitor of his to find. Why don't you explore the manor? Perhaps something will relate to these latest ramblings. Meanwhile, I will continue my endeavors to revive his memory through conversation.
Alright, so he's talking about a dearest visitor. So I need to look around the house. See if I can find any and anything that might help me. Let's see. Okay, there's a lot of volume here. Quite worn. It is an illustrated edition of the Travels of Marco Polo. Perhaps this is the book of travels that Professor Wright mentioned. There is a mark on one of the pages. We began our journey by crossing the unforgiving desert, always facing the setting sun. At last, we arrived at the merciful sight of the great ocean. We followed the coast north in dear hope of reaching our home soon. It was not to be. The king of the land we traversed had declared war on the great Khan, so we were forced to return as we had come. We never set foot in that bloody land again. We knew there was a port just a few miles to the south where we could find a boat. Our sea voyage was short as our sails billowed with the powerful southern winds. We reached the most eastern cape and landed there. Our backs to the sea, we marched forth and soon reached home. So maybe I'm not seeing anything on the pages. Oh, it's the puzzle for this. Okay. So let's see. So began the journey in the desert, facing the sun, and then they arrived at the ocean. They followed the coast north. Okay. I'll write this down. So let's see. Began in the desert, facing sun. Voice correct. Lovely. Then arrived at the ocean. Followed coast north. Okay. It was not to be. The king of the land we traversed had declared war. First to return home. We knew there was a port just a few miles to the south where we found a boat. I'm not sure what that could refer to. Boat. South. Okay. And then it's our seafarers resort. Powerful southern winds. Reach the easternmost cape. Backs to the sea. Marched forth to reach home. What is this? Oh. Okay, cool. They have it there. That's nice. Okay, so they started in the desert. We began our journey by crossing the desert, always facing the sun. So, what is supposedly supposed to be the sun here? Based on the lighting, I guess the sun's this way. So I guess this one. So they started in that patch, and then they followed the coast up. Let me see. At last we arrived at the merciful sight of the great ocean. We followed the coast north. We were first to return as we had come. We never set foot in that bloody land again. So whatever tile that is, you don't click again. And they said there was a port just a few miles south where we found a boat. Our sea voyage, where they go across the water, was short with powerful southern winds. So that means they probably moved south. We reached the easternmost cape and landed there. And then the backs to the sea, we marched forth and soon reached home. And my thought is reach home is probably the desert again, right? So they started out in the desert. They moved towards the coast. They went up north. But things went wrong, so they had to return back to where they were because of Khan. They remember that there was a boat in a port. They sailed across the Great Sea and returned home. There. It seems that to trigger a hidden mechanism, a small compartment has opened in the globe. There's a sealed letter inside. It is simply addressed to my dearest visitor, Kaufman. Wait, what is that? Oh yeah, my dearest visitor. That's what he was talking about. I remember when I was younger trying to solve that puzzle, just like, what the fudge are you guys talking about? Were you guys getting the solution? I do vaguely remember playing parts of this game now. Let's give that to him. It would be better to give this to Kaufman. Okay. Kaufman, look. I found an envelope. It was hidden inside a globe that a strange mechanism opened. To my dearest visitor. Let's see what's inside. Exactly, this is another part of an intricate riddle. But to what purpose? To conceal something, perhaps, or just the last acts of a confused and drowning mind. I'm increasingly on the opinion that this is some mental construct, some riddle conjured up by the professor's failing mind. He may have not have even understood what he hid. Those seeking wisdom must first know their own foolishness. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal what the cold eye of logic sees not. A riddle? And who would that visitor be? That is unknown to me, my friend. There's only one way to answer that question. If we could find the answer to the professor's riddle, perhaps we will be able to solve this mystery. Alright, so mirror. So let's try in here. There's a mirror in here, right? Reflect on yourself, said the riddle, and the cold eye of logic sees not. Could there be something hidden here, hidden somehow? Okay. Alright. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal knowledge that the cold eye of logic sees not. Condensation from the teapot's steam has revealed a hidden message. I'll add this clue to the letter. Knowing yourself, you may look upon your master, meet his imposing gaze, and seek to understand what lies beneath. Thereby learn the question, if not the final answer. So master, gaze upon. That tells me it's probably what he's staring at. So let's talk to Kaufman, tell him what we found thus far. Okay, you're not going to. Alright, you don't care anymore. Got it. Okay. Professor Wright's gaze fixed as though we're waiting for someone. He's looking outside. Let me read it again. Knowing yourself, you may look upon your master. Meet his imposing gaze. What lies beneath? Imposing gaze. There's some pictures of him in the house. This is fun. I love me some riddles. Look upon your master, meet only his imposing gaze, but seek to understand what lies beneath. Okay. An antique ceiling lamp. As I suspected, there was a small key taped to the back of the picture frame and a note. I'll add this clue to the letter. The question is the world from the peak of man's tallest tower. The answer yearns up to it from the root of life and time itself. The question is in the world. From the peak of the man's tallest tower. And there's a small key. So there's a couple of locked doors. So world makes me think of the globe, but I feel like because it's already open, we kind of done everything we can with the globe. Okay, doesn't fit there. We gotta figure out where this hole goes. Where this key goes. This is fun. I can do riddles all day. Doesn't fit. Okay. We also have the basement we can look at. There we go. All right. Tallest tower. Some kind of round mechanism. Aha. It's the other one of these. So that should open up one of the other masks. It's an unusual electrical device. I'm unfamiliar with its function, but I can tell that there is a piece of equipment missing. Okay, so there's a piece of equipment missing to that thing. The central face hidden. Sage has removed his mask. Interesting. Let's go back. because now there are fewer. Okay, so now the sage and the queen have their masks removed. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. A clergyman. Interesting. Alright. A shelf covered in old ornaments, pieces of metalwork, and pieces of strange shapes. So what was the riddle? The question is the world from the peak of man's tallest tower. The answer yearns up to it from the root of life and time itself. So root, it makes me think of a tree. This is the tallest peak. Okay. The answer yearns up to it from the very root of life and time itself. I should check if there is something behind something hidden in that tree. Okay. It looks as though something has been concealed beneath the deep or the thick roots. Another note and a key bound together. I'll add this clue to the letter. It is a truth our ancestors knew and with stone silence came to unknow. This key has been engraved with the shape of a feather, so it's part of the bird room. Alrighty, making progress. Alright. Inside this cage, there's a bird with a black head and orange breast. The sign reads, Perahula, Perahula. You see, a truth that our ancestors knew and through stone silence came to unknown. There was a small compartment in the base of the bust. Inside this, a note. That only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. Primal horror? And it said entering the gnashing jaws? Only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. Alright? There is something hidden in the lion's mouth. A lever. Push! I think it has triggered some mechanism inside the manor. There's also a note in here. I'll add this clue to the letter. Will you at last know truth? Could this be the last part of the riddle? Oh! A secret passage that has opened at the end of the corridor. Ooh, buddy. How exciting. It's like this looks like Professor Wright's archive. I should bring Kaufman here at once. Or we can look through ourselves first. And then get Kaufman. Experiments 1885. Let us see. Have a look at this. Be careful. There's a small key inside the folder. 1st August 1885, results at last. After many months of tedious observation, something has finally come from the other side. I heard the sound of footsteps exploring the proximity of the stone archway. This would seem to verify my hypothesis. Absolute horror is the key that we seek. 20th September 1885. Now that they have proven themselves useful, I have installed 2 new devices in the outer tunnels. I dare not go deeper. I have not heard it again, but I know the thing must be still down there in the dark. 12th November. Containment in the underground tunnel has been breached. Something gone. 15th December. I have no choice but to abort the experiment. It can no longer be controlled. There is but one thing left to do. I will seal the tunnel and hope that the abomination remains forever entombed within. What is this supposed to be? It seems to be a law that the professor kept during one of his experiments, almost 7 years ago. It is noteworthy that one of the entries has been redacted. But what is written there? It cannot be true. It must be some kind of hallucination. A sign of Professor Wright's illness, maybe. Perhaps, though we should not jump to conclusions. We can conclude that the professor had another work in place underground. Perhaps that key opens the basement door. There could be a route through to this underground tunnel. Meanwhile, I will keep looking through these documents. There must be something more than that photo among this mess. Pile of papers all kinds, discarded notes, letters, receipts, all mixed up. Many photos have no distinct tag. A set of framed silhouettes. Under each is an inscribed plaque. Mr. Strockman was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of the Bartleys, and so he proposed to her. Young Agnes fancied the idea of marrying an older woman, but she always hid her feelings from her mother. Miss Bartley did never take her eyes off her daughter and watched them at all times. Mr. Bartley tried to show his support for their daughter, but his wife never paid any attention to him. So this is like just the directioning you have to do. Okay. So this says Mr. Strout was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of Bartley, so he proposed. Okay. Young Agnes makes the idea of marrying an older man, but she always hid her feelings from her mother. So like this. And then Mr. Bartley tried to show support, but his wife never paid him any attention. There you go. What happened? A compartment has opened in the wall. Okay, so it's the other one of these. Some shredded paper appears to have been notes. So let me go check the statues to see. Oh, I can go up here. It's easier. Go to the window. So now 3 of them should have their mask off? Yes, perfect. So, has to move his mask. Has to move her mask. Has to move his mask. Alright, 1 more. Making good progress, y'all. Alright, so now I need to take this key and go to the basement because of the tunnel. And another thing nice about working from home today, I can go to bed earlier, like a whole hour earlier. You realize how insane that is? I can get an extra like 20 minutes of sleep. Crazy. Alright. It's completely dark in here. I feel a cold draft coming from the front. Yeah, use a match. Don't burn your hand though. I've run out of matches. Something changed. What is that? is that? I found a hole. I've fallen through a hole. Where am I? The flow of air is stronger here. Let's get this lantern. A working lantern. Pick it up. Now I can get out of here safely. This part of the tunnel was blocked by a cave-in. The underground tunnel is not accessible from here. I should go back. Thank goodness, a ladder. It looks like a component of some sort of machine. Well, that's probably what we need for that thing up in the attic. Maybe I can find out where to use it. Oh, I need. Go back. So this is the last for the statues. I think we should open up something. It's a mechanism of some sort. That should open that one up. And this is probably for the machine. This old furniture has been left here to rot. Okay. If we cannot access the tunnel mentioned in Professor Wright's log, how can you find the missing parts of his research? Let's talk to Kaufman about this. Alright. I was able to use the key to explore the basement. There was a large hole in the floor. One side of the hole may lead to some sort of tunnel, but it was completely covered in rocks and debris, so I cannot tell for sure. Covered in debris. It sounds as if the professor succeeded in blocking the entrance to his underground area. It is unfortunate for us. I have made progress of my own, my friend. I think this could help us delucidate the next step in our research, or in our search. Have a look. What you find? Buddy old pal. Don't go. Okay, today a meeting finally took place. You see, Mr. Wright, our organization is keenly interested in your research. We could reach an agreement to fund this project, but first we need to note the details. I understand. The main factor is the condition of the test subjects, how open he is to suggestion. Or test subject. As you know, only the human mind can open a physical passage to the other side. So a complete, absolute darkness will be required for the experience to result. A secluded place, completely isolated. A place that can only bring thoughts of what may be hiding in the dark. And have the perfect location in mind. But in total darkness and seclusion, how could the results of the experiment be studied or confirmed? That is precisely where your organization can provide help. I have designed a special device that will allow me to listen from a safe distance, but I lack the means to manufacture it myself. That we could arrange, but there's one thing I would like to know. How would the experience be triggered? By means of a chemical compound of some kind? Do you mean a serum? Not at all. That would be of no elegance whatsoever. The trigger is the mind itself, the emotion known as terror. The primal fear that still survives in the depths of our mind from the times humans were mere beasts. That which allows us to open a physical passage beyond the veil of rational thought. Primal terror is a key that we will use to open the last door. That's the name of the game!
Could this organization be the Professor Wright? It may be, my friend. If so, then we are closer to the truth than we thought. But in this room, I've been able to find only some fragments of information, discarded material. It looks as if the main bulk of documents were moved from this room and hidden somewhere else. The basement tunnel. That seems the most feasible conclusion. But access to the place is lost, is it not? The entrance was sealed. There may be another access that we do not know about. If we could find and use the device that the professor mentions in his log, I believe we could shed some light on this matter.
Say no more, my friend. I know exactly what I'm doing. Bam. Alright, I think it'll work now. Alright. So. Okay. I think I got to be where I needed to. Yeah, this is the clearest channel. Wait. There's noise. There's music. The sound. Do my ears deceive me? Is that a piano melody? I must seek Kaufman at once. Hey, yo, boy, come listen to this. Crazy, right? Not to say the obvious, but it sounds as if someone's still down there, playing the piano of all things. But how is it even remotely possible? I do not know, but this means something important to us. It means there's another entrance to the underground tunnel. That we must find it. But we have run out of leads. You did not find anything of use in the archive, and Professor Wright continues to mutter incoherently about childhood memories. You must hypnotize the professor, mein lieber Freund. We are running out of options. This might be the only way to find the answers we seek. I have to hypnotize here? Look at this candle. Fix your eyes upon it. Your body is as light as a feather. Everything around you fades. You are entering a dark, endless void. Is it working? Listen to my voice. Where are you? A great number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. I can go north and west. Go north. I stand beside a waterfall. It is not water that falls, but mud and rock from a great height. They fall and fall into a bottomless abyss. Behind the waterfall to the east lies a tunnel. To the west, I see the edge of the forest. Wait, tell me again. So, behind the waterfall to the east lies a tunnel. So, go east. I am in a dark tunnel. Oscar is here as well. He is upset. He yells at me. He begs me to stop.
The tunnel divides into many passages. I can go north, south, and west. Go south. The passage ends here, an empty cave, a big round hole in the wall. Behind it, I can hear the sea. Okay, go back. Dark tunnel. Okay, so go north. I'm in a large open space with a piano. Something stands next to the piano. I can't see it clearly. Its face. The tunnel stretches into the dark. Walk down the tunnel. It is a very small room. In the center lies a deep pit. A ladder goes down. It is so dark. Down there, it lies. It waits. I will not continue. I must go back. Go down the ladder. I cannot. I can hear it with me. Its breath. Dear God, I must flee. You must continue. It waits for me. It waits down there. Okay, I've gone down the ladder. I cannot see. It is pitch dark. I can feel its breath. It is here. It is with me. Where? Enough. We went too far, my friend. You're right. I do not think you were right this way. You did well by stopping the trance, Kaufman. I think it would be best if we leave for today. Let us return to the inn. Reflect tonight on what we have witnessed here. Tomorrow, let's discuss the next step in our investigation. January 21st, 1893. Come in. Kaufman, are you alright? Worry not, Wakefield. I'm just feeling a bit feeble. It must be all this cold and humidity. Nothing serious. I would like to know your opinion about what we heard during yesterday's session. Do you remember anything that could help us in our search? He said someone was talking to him, and he said that so we had him go north. He saw a waterfall, and he went behind this waterfall, and that's where the tunnel started. He went down this tunnel. Someone was yelling at him. This person is named Oscar, apparently. And he saw him playing the piano, someone next to the piano. And then I think he went north. And that's when he saw the figure, the being, the thing that he's so terrified of. So let's try this one. Professor Wright mentioned a man that shot at him near the entrance to the tunnel, begging him not to continue. I cannot remember his name. Oscar. Very good. It was Oscar. We should attempt to find him. He may know something about Professor Wright's fears. If we can find this man, I'm sure we will shed some light upon the mystery. Why don't you go to the village and try to find out something about Oscar? My apologies, but I must stay here and recover my strength. Alright, into the village we go. Oh, into the village we go. Town square. Alright. Okay. Why, hello. An old poster of a local traditional sport. Good morning. Let me drink in peace. Are you a ship captain? Why, what's it to you? What's it to you? Does I look like captain? Your hat. Because of the hat you are wearing.
Ha! A hat done make Captain Towny. You can buy a hat like this in any flea market in England. Your cursed skin. Because your cursed skin, battered by years of salt and wind. You met many folk in Wiggerport yet? It's common enough round these parts. Oh. Because of your hands, caused by years of knotting rope and reeling in line. Any fisherman has hands like these. Your 3 earrings. Because of 3 earrings. You have doubled the 3 capes, is that right? Indeed I have. Good Hope, Llewyn, and Horn. Therefore I hope the right to stand before kings and to piss against the wind. If I dies in the sea, these 3 wings out these 3 rings'll pay my wake. But no, that'll not happen now. Do you mean you will not sail again? I love the sea more than anything. It is my passion, my freedom, and my life. But there are many things about him that we do not know. There are, from the coast, in the deep dark, things we are still unprepared to behold. Believe me, those things await deep down. Have you seen any of these things? Or seen any of these things? No, but you may have heard 1 or 2 of the stories of the fishermen tell about these things, about things out there. It is not but tales for young'uns, mere superstition for men too cowardly to face the dark. Any good seaman knows that in a strong wind, a stretch of rope can shake and sing. I myself have mistaken such keening for the wail of a child. But there was one time was nothing of the sort. Then the sea howled. It was not thunder, not a strong wave clashing with my ship. No, it was like a voice. It spoke to me in a language I cannot describe, a sound muttered by a living something, a call unlike anything I had heard before. And I understood. What did you understand? What did you understand? I understood there was no more freedom for me, that the sea now had other lords, and whoever they were, I did know they would not share it. Interesting. What happened then? As I navigated back to shore, Oscar told me in a great storm. Rocks of the cliffs did the rest. I do not know where the remains of my dear Augustine ended up with the passing of years and tides. I looked for them once for many moons, but all I found was this bar and the bottom of an empty glass. I have never returned to the shore since. May she forgive me. Now, leave me be. Alrighty. Here are the crowd between me and my whiskey. All that blathering worked up a right sore thirst. The we were taken from the helm of a ship, perhaps a trinket. There's 2 fishermen have just given me a suspicious look. This lady is dressed rather elegantly for someone who come to drink in a place like this. Good morning. You want a drink? Man sitting in the corner. What is with that man in the corner? Fred? You can ignore him. He's a sad, lonely drunk. Oscar. Oscar. Do you know a man called Oscar? You mean Father Oscar? You can find him in the church when he's a night in here. It's right outside. Have you met Professor Wright? Have you ever met Professor Wright? The professor? Sure. Saw him every other day as a young'un. Always involved in the village. He was a la-dee-da, alright. But folk respected him. He got stuck in. Didn't last though. Shut himself away. Started getting visitors from out of town. He stopped coming to the village eventually. Last I heard, he gone crazy. None of us knows for sure though. Been years since I saw him. So he is a father. See if I can. Rude, the window's closed shut. Don't want to talk to me, eh? Oh, it's church. The door to... This is the door of the church of Wickport. It is closed. Why, that bell is from Augustine. My Augustine. When on earth did you get it? Or find it? I found it on the beach near the shipwreck. I thought I would never see it again. How can make it shine anew? Wickport Beach? Our beach? Well, I must go. I must go straight away. Oh, to be reunited with my poor Augustine. What will remain of her? No, no, I dare not go. Oh, but I must. Good day to you, sir. Let me follow him. She's just always shutting the door, man. Let's see. Oh, I thought there was something to look at there. Snow covers all winter, and no one has been here to clear in a very long time. But basically, no one lives here. There he is. Neither the cracks in your hull nor your flaking paint, none of it matters. You're beautiful as ever, Augustine. Today we will watch the sunset together. Good sir, I cannot put it into words what a great service you have rendered this drunken knave. Just as you, stranger, have brought me to my lost treasure, may the old sailor's spyglass, in whatever way it can, help light the way to yours. Take it as a gift from the heart. Thanks. Alright, so we have now a telescope. Let's see, this has the word province. Let me see. Anything important in these pictures? Old pictures. Old pictures. This man looks suspicious. Okay, when will the church open? I wonder if you know when will the church open. I knocked on the door, but there was no answer. Church? Let me give you some advice. Barmaids ain't the people to ask about church opening hours. This here bar is my church. Once the villagers come to see things my way too. We praise here those days. We praise here these days. The whole village has forsaken the church? But why? The town is forsaken. No work on the coast these days, see? Few can make a living. Most of the fishing and sailors have up and left. Half the gauges lie abandoned. Those who stayed, they barely leave their homes. Except to come here, of course. But sure, there must be more than just this. Many coastal towns face the same struggle, but none lie abandoned. Well, there's rumors, silly stories if you ask me, but some take them real serious. Fishers, big dependable guys, think they'll tell you they've seen stuff out there on the water, apparitions, shapes among the rocks. I say it's the booze talking, and I should know. Who can see anything all that mist anyway? But fishers, they're superstitious. Folk believe the tales, and one by one they just tend to come home no more. Captain Marvel. What can you tell me about Captain Marvel? Does he come here often? Fred? He's a regular. Sad, lonely drunk. Okay. Well. How are you feeling? I'm feeling alright, my friend. It's a bit tired. Father Oscar. I have discovered the identity of the man we seek. Oscar is a priest of Visport Parish. The church door is closed. My dear Wakefield, what advice can I offer? The church will not remain closed all day. If you must wait, then do so. And in the meantime, talk to villagers. Perhaps they reveal something useful about the professor. Huh, okay. These guys is looking at me suspiciously. I can't talk. Maybe. Maybe, let's see. I don't know. She's refusing to talk to me. A carefully embroidered the beginning phrase if the birds fall silent. Okay, yeah. So I just need to talk to the villagers, but really no one else in the village wants to talk to me. I'm going to think about that. So in that case, I think that's where we're going to stop. So when we come back, we're going to see if we can figure out how I can get these villagers to talk to me and give me any other information I can use to figure out a little more about this Father Oscar. But cool, making really good progress. Alright, so that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.